Hi, today I am going to explain a sci-fi drama film, #. In the near future, social media has become a subject of world dominance, and social media celebrities have an immense influence on our culture. The commoners follow them blindly, and buy whatever product they endorse and consume. Such media influencers sell their lives on the internet, to a level that they have no privacy. Their main motto is to not lose followers, and they are ready to go to extreme lengths to achieve that. One of such influencers is a young woman, named X. X lives in a tiny futuristic room that serves as her workplace, lounging area, and her bedroom. At the beginning of the movie, she is in front of a futuristic AI computer that displays her followers reacting to her content. They come and go so quickly that X has to reply to more than 50 interactions per minute. An AI personnel, named Thea, helps her by posting the comments on her command, and walking her through the activities of the day. Every few minutes, Thea reminds X to upload a status. Most of the time, X throws in some inspirational quotes, which get more than 100 million likes. In her recent status, she advises her followers to know and love what they're doing for success. The status alone gets 104 million likes. Thea tells X when to stop working for the day. It is clear that X doesn't have much control over her life, but she is too busy counting her followers to notice. Her daily progress is displayed on the screen, which says that she has gained more than 1 million followers in just one day, making her followers count closer to hitting 1 billion. She was mentioned 27 million times per minute. She received 4 billion likes and 19 million dislikes, and her annual subscriber revenue is a whopping $9.5 trillion. The computer finally shuts off and she takes a sigh of relief. Thea again asks for her status updates and she recites yet another motivational quote. More than 100 million people like the update instantly. Even after getting off the computer, X is still working. There is a cluster of cameras fitted on the ceiling to her room that live streams her life to millions of special subscribers at all times. People pay millions of dollars to watch her change clothes, sleep, read her emails, and so on. Her work desk automatically slides underground, and her bed emerges from the floor, indicating it is time to sleep. She takes off her clothes to go to bed, when Thea announces that there are 204 million subscribers currently watching. The following morning, X wakes up to gentle rain patting on her window. She gets up and immediately submits her early morning status on Thea's request. X then takes a picture of herself, edits it heavily, and posts it on the internet. When she gets off the bed, she is completely naked. Her body is censored to some of the followers, who are told to upgrade their subscription to get the full view. When it's time for her to shower, a shower room automatically arises in a corner. Even in the shower, 300 million premium subscribers are allowed to watch. She takes a picture with her body wash, which increases its sales by a lot. However, X's subscriber count goes downhill because of her next status, in which she implies that it is impossible to argue with women. X quickly asks Thea to take a picture of her body while showering, and posts it to all of her followers. This doubles the count of new subscribers, and her status recovers again. X then requests her followers to vote for her on Famous.com to make her the greatest influencer of all time. Along with the request, she attaches a nude picture of herself. When it is time for her to get ready for the day, the room creates an automated wardrobe for her. She simply asks the AI for a blue dress. The command triggers a drone, who flies around X and creates a tailor-fitted dress according to her wish. It also chooses appropriate accessories for her, and makes her look pretty for the followers. Because of her influence, the sales of the blue dress increases exponentially. As she is taking pictures for the 10th time this morning, she receives her mail. On peeking through the looking hole, she sees an empty hallway outside. It is time for her to check into work, so she ignores the mail for the time being. Suddenly, her computer screen goes black, and a message saying, "Do you question?" flashes, instead of the comments. A few seconds later, the screen goes back to normal, so X doesn't think much of it. But without her noticing, an envelope that she just received in the mail starts glowing. As X goes through the day, she eats all her meals in front of the computer, promoting them for followers. Some hours later, Thea announces that it is X's time to relax. She gets only a 10-minute break throughout the day. For the break, she can choose a program from their computerized vacationing subscription. She gets to choose to go to a virtual beach, party, spa, and others. While shuffling through the options, she gets a paper cut from the envelope in her hand. She doesn't think much of it, and continues shuffling. The beach seems a viable option, but the people there are her fans, who cannot stop gushing over her presence, so she skips them. What she doesn't notice is a strange man being formed on his own, in the background. Moments later, she stops to watch a firework display, and is enjoying it until the man from the beach starts walking towards her. She feels uncomfortable, and skips again, but the man is also present in the next program. He asks her if she questions her life, or just goes along with it. Ax is too scared to understand what he means. She retreats, as the man crosses the barrier and somehow enters her room. He raises his hands to touch her, and the contact gives rise to sparks of electricity. The man disappears right after, but he has provided X with the ability to understand her reality. Moments later, she composes herself, and opens the envelope for the first time. Inside is a tablet that says "Question everything." When she turns it around, the tablet asks her if her cage exists. She tries to comprehend what it means, and realizes that she has never been out of her room, which might mean that it is her cage. She walks up to her door, and leans down on it, but because of her earlier interaction with the guy, the stimulation doesn't work on her, and she falls to the other side. The horrifying truth of her life is then revealed to X. It turns out that she is being used as a worker by a multi-million-dollar influencer company that keeps them trapped in a tiny box in a factory. She has been trapped and has been lied to about her life. Similar to her, the company cages thousands of influencers and uses them for their own good. X quickly runs back to her room and looks at the tablet again. Thea announces that her break time is over, so she will have to update her status soon. When X doesn't answer, Thea warns her of the consequences if she doesn't update her status. X cannot differentiate between the illusions and reality around her. Just then, the rain outside her window starts to glitch. Thea informs her that failing to update her status is a violation of the Celebrity Franchise Handbook. Having had enough of the lies, X asks Thea if she is in a cage. Thea mistakes X's question as a status update and claims that a question is an invalid status, according to the handbook. X yet again asks her if is in a cage. Instead of answering, the machine replies that all of her subscribers have left the room, and she has no followers now. X quickly tries to recover, and takes her clothes off to show off her body, and regain the followers. But the strategy doesn't work this time. She desperately tries to take a seductive picture, but Thea stops answering. Following that, 3 men enter the room, and drag X outside as she retaliates. When she wakes up, X is in a hospital bed, being taken care of by a machine. The door opens and 2 doctors enter the room. Dr. Mitchell is happy, because X is her last eval of the day. They look at her report, and find out that X's real name is Alexandra. They ask X for status, but she takes her time to reply. Because of the lag, they diagnose that her speech and response time are lagging. She had been working for 22 hours, and the last sleep she had was around 4 hours. The doctors believe that her sleep cycle is the root of the problem. As they discuss this, X doesn't respond with anything. She has a hard time grasping reality. All of a sudden, she claims that she has 800 million subscribers, but the doctor informs her they are all gone. They call her old and believe that she is no longer of service to the company. X starts to freak out, because her followers count is the only thing she has cared about until now. She insists that she is loved by her fans. However, the doctors declare that it is her time to retire now. The second doctor, Gil, finally shows his face, and reveals that he is the guy who met X earlier, in her room. He calms a frantic X and leaves the room. Before leaving, Dr. Mitchell comments about the increasing number of crasher cases in the influencers. One can assume that Dr. Gil doesn't agree with the company's values and is rescuing the influencers, one after another. In the final scene, a screen appears before X, welcoming her to the internet as a consumer. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.